Good morning, everyone. So, I'm going to be talking about something today, a topic that I believe every single person who has watched my stuff, or any single person who is an entrepreneur or someone who's looking to step into owning their own business or maybe personal development, has experienced in their lives. And that is courses. So, today we're going to be discussing courses. So for me, just a little background on me. I do enjoy a good course, a good course every now and then. So for me, personally, I've done a few courses from Grant Cardone. I've done high ticket closing with Dan Lok. I have My wife and I have set up and are running our own course. Ours is a mastermind. Ours is this live mastermind thing where we teach people how to get off the ground, how to get a startup going, how to do these things. The other, let me see. I think that, I'm not sure. I've done a bunch of courses. But I just want to document my experiences with really two of the primary people that I have course experience with, which is Grant Cardone, because I have access to his full library. I've gone through numerous of his courses, and I want to discuss my experience with Dan Lok. So, and overall courses. So I'm going to start with my overview. If you are going to do a course, or you're going to possibly set up and run a course, you want to practically give people something that they can start doing early on to start making some money. So for us in our live mastermind, our mastermind's $1,000, but the very first week that you're in it, we teach you how to make money. And the thing is it's not just where you have to get started and make your website and do these things to make money. We actually teach you how to make money from things that you already own. So, the reason why we do this is because we want to be able to help our people make their money back quickly. Because they spent $1,000 with us, we want them to make back their $1,000. We don't just want to keep their $1,000. We want them to make $1,000. So, being able to teach somebody week one what to do to make $1,000 quickly before they even get into business. Like, this is something we teach you how to get started in the same business model that we've been running, but we also are showing you how to make $1,000. So when you do get started, you can either reinvest that $1,000 or you at least have made back your money on the course. So that is first and foremost. We give our people practical steps week one to make money. And I feel that every course should give you practical steps. I'm just gonna brief overview on Grant Cardone stuff. In my opinion, if you are looking for, I haven't done any other marketing courses, but his marketing course was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, and they give you some practical steps. They give you practical checklists. I enjoyed their lead magnet and their lead systems because they give you practical steps, practical things where you're able to almost do it for you, where they have posts that are ready for you. You can just edit it, change the colors, change the fonts and stuff like that, and post it, which is neat. So I really enjoyed going through Grant Cardone's courses. Now I'm going to go into HTC, which is that high ticket closing with Dan Lok. So it was like 2 years ago, maybe a little longer, when I found Dan Lok, and I'm going to make this a two-part series because I think it's going to take a little bit more than 5 minutes to discuss how I feel about Dan Lok's closing course. But I'm going to do a short overview, and then I'm going to do a longer overview where I'm discussing going and seeing him live in person in part two. But if you've never seen his stuff, he does this video series like Boston and Bentley, which I thought was really cool. And I thought his information was pretty decent in that part where he's sitting there He's rolling around in his Bentley, and he's talking about different things about business. I mean, that's like he does maybe 5 or 10 minute videos with that. I thought that was pretty good, and it piqued my interest. And eventually, I found his course, and that's where, because you have to get on a call. I got on a call with this guy's name was FITZ, and he ended up closing me, and because he ended up closing me, and I ended up getting into the community. So I spent, what was it, $2,000, $2,500 to get into the course. So for me, if you're going to be spending that kind of money, you going back to what I was saying about our live mastermind, we're live in the facet where it's not pre-recorded and I slap live on it and we throw it in the group. Like, no, I am live with you. I can see your comments. I comment on those things, and a lot of times we do it through Zoom so I can see your face. You can interact with me and my wife. And we're teaching you how to make back your 1,000 week one. With HTC, it's not that way. Week one is just an insane amount of like, well, you're new, you have to go through a mastermind or a mindset shift, and you got to do all these things. And I do understand where you do need to have mindset. If you don't have a good mindset, you're not going to be successful long term in business. But the thing with it is, I remember I'm just going to detail my experience. When I signed up to do HTC with FITZ was the closer at this time. His name, I'm not going to discuss his whole name. First name is FITZ. But he sold me on the point that it was going to be live. Like, hey, you're getting to watch this live. You're getting to hear it live. So the stories they're telling is relevant. What everything that's going on is relevant. Fast forward to when I've already spent over $5,000 in this community, I find out from the same guy, oh, it's not live. Like, all this stuff wasn't live. And I found that out because I heard somebody who told a story on what was live, and then I heard them tell a story when they actually were live, and the story was completely different. The person who was talking about how they couldn't afford shoes and socks and all this stuff, and they were and they were so grateful to be making $10,000 a month, was making like $40,000-$50,000 a month. So my thing was it wasn't updated. It wasn't even relevant. My thing with a course set up in that regard is you have to keep things relevant. Even if the principles are good, you can't just make, this is just my opinion, but you can't just make a live once and then just have it running for a year or two. Like, that just, to me, is bad business practice. That, to me, even in a course structure, you need to be honest up front. You're saying don't miss it because it's live. It's not. And for me, as I was working a job, so I'm sitting there trying to listen to this stuff at work while I'm running my own team, because you're telling me it's live and that you can't hear it again if you miss it. So it was just, to me, a little underhanded. As you can tell, I'm a little jaded with the Dan Lok community because of that. I mean, with Grant Cardone, with having all his stuff, I've gone through at least 5 or 6 of his courses. With Dan Lok, he has one course, and to me, he did a great job of building a community and getting attention to be able to build that community, but the ethics behind it was just a little shaky. And I'm going to really outline that in part 2. We're already right there at 10 minutes, but part 2, I'm really going to be going into the details and the background, because I got pretty deep into Dan Lok's community, and I really want to be able to discuss that and have you guys understand the inner workings of it. And I just want to give you a heads up if you are thinking of signing up, because I just think that there's a better way, and I really want to detail and outline that for you. And I do appreciate everyone who has watched my videos. If you do like this kind of stuff, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing, because I'm going to be spilling all the tea on Dan Lok and his community in part 2. Also, leave me a comment if there's anything you want to know about, learn about, hear about, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.